We're just getting
Hello, everyone.
We're just getting situated here.
Just sitting down. How you doing, everyone? You know what? Can you get your phone?
My phone.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
Yeah, it would be helpful if we can actually see who's in the chat.
Oh, yeah, because the phone. Okay,
Yeah.
you want to see.
Yeah, let's do that.
It's the 11th day of Christmas, and I think it's $11,000. What's 11 days?
11 Pipers Piping.
Yeah, it was 11 grand. I saw that on our sheet. So it's a lot of money for Pipers piping.
Yeah, it is. So there we go.
Okay, so.
Hey, look. The tree looks really nice behind us.
Yes, it does. We're actually now at peace, and some of our trees are coming down.
Yeah.
They're starting to come down.
It's actually, yeah, we're starting to take them down. Being that Epiphany is on a Monday, that puts us a little behind the ball on that. So, hello, Leanne. Thank you for joining.
So we're only doing a few trees at a time. I'm not, like this one back here, I need it on for a lot more longer.
Jeff of Only Passengers,
Hi.
Juan Rodriguez. Hello, Patrick of Zippity Doodad. Good to see you here.
So yeah, we've taken down the Dalmatian tree, the mouse tree.
Hello, Samantha.
We're going to be taking down the crystal tree. And just slowly but surely, just taking down a little bit at a time. We don't need to make a mess, but we're ready.
Yeah, we're ready.
On a few trees, but...
I mean, let's face it, some of our trees have been up since September.
Well, a lot of them in their spot. What's wrong?
Nothing.
Oh, they're like moving.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Happy News. Happy New Year, guys.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, Zip. But it's not yet Epiphany. No, it's not, Mar. It's not. Epiphany is on Monday. But some of the trees, we've decided to go ahead and start pulling them down because it just takes time to do this as well.
Yeah.
But we've gone ahead and done that. Hello, Cynthia Candy Mom. Good to see you. This is our dream. Thank you for joining. It's good to have everyone here. Mm-hmm. It's, yeah, but to be fair, with Epiphany being on a Monday, it's going to be difficult. Ben's going to start taking down his Christmas tree live on air. And you'll want to make sure that you're paying attention to that because there will be a contest involved with that. He's going to do a count of the ornaments on his tree. We still don't know how many ornaments are on that tree.
And Lofi is supervising, so instead of Price Waterhouse Coopers to make sure it's correct.
Oh, sorry about that, everyone.
Someone's kicking.
Yep, just kick the tripod.
It's not an earthquake, sorry, people.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Yeah, so he wants to get an ornament count, and once he has an ornament count, then he'll be able to give away an ornament to the person that comes closest to the count of ornaments on his tree. So when you're doing it, make sure that you pay attention to the video he's going to be making about that. And if you can, take a look at the tree. Freedom Kreutzer.
Right.
How are you doing, the Barefoot Contessa? It's good to see you.
But it's hundreds, so count in the hundreds. Don't go 63. It's not going to be 63.
Just as I'm loving and Arnie is kicking me out.
Yeah, someone's all playing footsies down there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's not an earthquake. Nothing
No.
like that. Hey, Noah. Thank you for being here. Yeah.
So,
Freedom, it is really good to see you. Everyone, it's always great to see everyone here in the stream. We are going to be doing a real quick one here. We're a little busy. The mousehead tree has come down, so those ornaments are packed.
the Dalmatian's down, packed. And like I said, we're at peace with another tree, and it's gonna go. We just need to, again, divide and conquer and just take our time.
Yeah.
I'm in no big hurry to take it down. The mantle, sometimes we don't take it down until after Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite parts of the whole decor thing.
Yeah, and it's our house. I want it up, I could keep it up.
Exactly.
Some people want us to do a year-round tree, which I'm not against. I just got to find the right stuff. But we might have a tree that stays up year-round that will theme it to the seasons. So like spring will be kind of Easter-ish and spring.
Carlos says 96 Disney ornaments I put away. We'll have 100 next year with our trip in November.
Oh, wow.
That's great. That's a lot of Disney ornaments. 96. That's really cool.
That's really good.
Doug, tell them. I took my little trees down today. Oh, she took her little one's tree down today.
Yeah, the little ones, the ones that are, not to say insignificant, they can go. But some of them I'm like not ready to take.
But yeah, we are considering a year-round tree.
Yeah. So.
I did it again.
You did it again.
Did it again.
Okay. We're going to take it up before you guys get nauseated. In 1918, on this day, January 4th, on 1918, composer, orchestrator, and Disney legend Norman Buddy Baker is born in Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah.
So just to give you an idea, Buddy Baker, he's a world famous composer for Disney.
He was nominated for an Oscar for the film Napoleon and Samantha in 1972. He also did a lot of the music direction for Epcot.
Yeah. So he is huge in the Disney world.
But he also did music for the Haunted Mansion as well as the Mickey Mouse Club. So he was a big deal for Disney.
And Davy Crockett.
Yeah.
So that was in 1918, Buddy Baker was born.
On this day, 1937, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is now officially in production at Walt Disney Productions. And on this day, the ink and paint department got their first animation cell to start painting color on it.
That's insane. And you got to remember, they started now in January 4th. It premiered December of that year. They cranked it out in like 11 months.
Yeah, very quickly.
Wow.
Amy, AJC Magic TV, good to see you.
So
thank you.
Yep, he wanted it released. He cranked them out. I don't know how many armies of people worked on that. That was in 1937 because it was released.
Ryan, Captain Akron, 27. Hello, Ryan. How you doing? Good to see you.
Okay. Do we want to talk about...
Well, 1952. I love the Goofy shorts. And in this case, it was one called Father's Lion that was released in 1952, January 4th. Goofy was teaching his son the finer points of camping. But that was, of course, when they were being chased by a mountain lion. So I love the Goofy cartoons. In fact, I want to go back and watch my collection of Walt Disney Treasures. It's that two DVD set. I have all the Goofy cartoons that way, so I want to make sure that I go back and see them.
Oh, on the what's that thing called? Disney Plus. I don't think they're all.
I have not seen them on Disney Plus, but we can go ahead and so. Now I was amused by this. I was telling Doug about the different pieces when we were doing our research, and I was amused by this particular
cool.
thing. And Doug said, "Yeah, let's share that." It was a guy named Millard C. Jones, 82 years old in 1974. He visited the Magic Kingdom for the 100th time on this day. So in a little less than 3 years, well, just a little over 2 years actually, he visited Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom 100 times. Remember at that time there were no annual passes, so this was a big deal. He would pay to get in, and then I don't know if he'd walk around or whatever and enjoy all the attractions, but at this point, he didn't care. This is a quote from him. He said, "The first Disney Kingdom was built out in California, and my wife and boy and all our friends and relatives made it out there, but I never did. Well, when they said they were going to build one on this coast, I said, by golly, I'm going to that one." And by the time June 1978 came around, he had been there 500 times. And at that point, he was 86 years old.
But he was always busy, usually on Fridays. So he wasn't like a regular day. He would just, ever since the park opened up until 1974, he would visit just on Fridays. So
hey, look,
he visited 100 times.
Timothy Rainwaters, thank you for joining the stream. Good to have you.
So good for Millard C. Jones. Hey, good old crusty old man being mobile at 86. I'm happy for him.
Donna Jaworski and Charlie, Disney Nerd Herders, thank you for joining.
That was 45 years ago, too.
Yeah.
So that was in 1974, 1989. Is that important?
Not really. I'll mention it. The Walt Disney World attraction, If You Could Fly, closed. And then it opened 5 months later as Delta Dream Flight, because Delta was an official sponsor at that point. They had this thing called If You Had Wings with a dreadful theme song.
Oh, it was dreadful. Yes. It's bad.
Yeah.
It was tacky for all of its tackiness.
Now, let's go forward to January 4th, 1996. Now, Michael Eisner, remember, is the CEO in the 90s. So at this point, he was speaking to his shareholders in New York, and he was discussing plans that Disney had as they were starting to build Animal Kingdom. the 25th anniversary, which was approaching for Walt Disney World. He talked about that. Talked about Celebration Florida that was being developed. He also talked about the ABC merger and Disney Cruise Line. You know what? A lot was happening there in the mid-90s. That's a lot.
And that was stuff right after Frank Wells died in 94. So he was now stepping up to the plate and realizing they needed to do some stuff even though everything was going.
Even just one of those items would be a big deal. But there were a lot of irons in the
ABC.
fire at that time.
Capital Cities ABC, they were just merged.
It cost $19 billion to do that merger. So
I don't know what it would have been in 2019 if they started in...
Well,
20
remember Fox, they paid over $70 billion for. And they got a lot of content out of that. ABC is also a television studio that is doing a lot of content
Probably
development.
about $30-40 billion
Possibly.
for today if they bought ABC.
But, you know, of course, in that merger, they got ESPN, A&E Network, Lifetime, History Channel, radio stations, about 24 television stations across the country. There were lots of stuff that ABC Cap Cities was doing at that point. So that all became part of the Walt Disney Company. It was a big deal.
Yes.
Now, this one was a big deal for me personally because I had experienced something. Hey, look, Ben just joined.
Oh, Ben.
Hi, Ben. Thanks for being here. 2003, January 4th, at the Polynesian Resort, today was the last day that they did a performance of the Polynesian Review. Now, I say it's a big deal for me because in 1997, I took my mom to Walt Disney World in January, and we went and saw the Polynesian Review. It was quite spectacular. The food, the luau that they provided was amazing. I loved it. It was replaced in February of 2003 with something called The Spirit of Aloha. So I haven't seen that. I don't know if it's still playing. I didn't do enough research to find that out, but I didn't do that. So
I'm dying to go to the Polynesian. That is one of my biggest things. I've never actually physically been in there. I've taken the monorail through it. That is going to happen very, very soon. That is one of my obsessing things of Walt Disney World is to stay at the Polynesian.
Now here's something that I did not remember this happening.
I cannot remember it.
But the thing is that it really did happen. It happened at the Orange Bowl, which was in 2005. So remember New Year's, there was always a lot of bowl games. There's probably a bowl game today.
Probably a bowl game on right now.
Yeah. But the largest Disney theme park ticket giveaway happened on this day in 2005. The Disney company had Mickey Mouse go out on the field of the Orange Bowl at the end of the third quarter, where he announced that he was giving away a free ticket to everyone in attendance at the game that day. So over 72,000 tickets were given away.
To any Disney theme park in the world. So you got a ticket. It didn't matter where you went. You could have gone to any theme park in the world in 2005.
Now, in 2005, you got to remember, this was the beginning where they were starting to set the stage for the 50th anniversary celebration of Disneyland. So all the parks around the world celebrated with Disneyland. And this was just the beginning of that celebration.
And the Orange Bowl was against the USC Trojans and the Oklahoma Sooners, and it was a 55-19, and USC won. So that was the Orange Bowl. That was pretty cool. Mickey went in and said, you can go anywhere.
Okay, so Noah says, I'm about to head out going to try Cali Burger. It's a new restaurant where they have robotic flipping burgers and the french fries made by robots. It's inspired by In-N-Out.
I would go to there. Where is this place? I must go to there.
Yeah, can you believe that, Mark? It was a free ticket. I love that. I think it's fantastic.
I don't remember it. I mean, I probably hit the news, but that was 15 years ago.
Yeah. In 2010, on this day, Disneyland Resort. At Disneyland, they closed Honey, I Shrunk the Audience. And they were preparing to open Captain EO, a tribute, because of Michael Jackson dying 10 years ago. So, at this point, 10 years ago, he died in 2009. So they were preparing for him to have the celebration of remembering the better days of Michael Jackson's career during Captain EO, which, it was an interesting film. It was very popular, but then...
It was dated for the time because we did see it.
Yeah.
I think in 11 or 12. And I walked out of it and I thought it was
Nebel.
kind of tacky. I mean,
Nebel, how are things in France? Good to see you.
but I remember seeing it in the 80s or the early 90s or the late 80s. And it was cool, but that was for the time. It was Michael Jackson, and then seeing it, it was like,
Okay. So Carlos said, we had some Mozambique fry tower tonight. Fries, cheese, chorizo, and Mozambique sauce.
What's Mozambique sauce?
I would like to try that.
Sounds
Whatever
great.
it is, it does. It sounds awesome.
Okay, we're talking about food, and we've only had like our snack.
I know, I haven't eaten lunch yet. Let's tie this up so that we can go get something to eat.
Yes.
Because it sounds good to me. 2011, on this day, the Disney Dream arrived at Port Canaveral for the first time ever.
I can't believe it's
9 years that ship has been in the hands of Disney Cruise Line. I cannot believe it. Just can't.
They made $32 million improvement to the facilities at Port Canaveral to get the Dream in there, and then it was set sail on its maiden voyage later this
They
month.
kind of needed to do those improvements because this ship is a lot bigger than the other two ships they had in their fleet at that time.
Again, we've been on the Disney cruise, but only the Disney Magic. So
Yeah.
we haven't been on what they call the Dream class. That's the Wishes in the Dream. So it's huge. One of these days. What else had happened?
Mr. Fulton Emraz is saying today is his 21st birthday. It was his birthday on the 1st, and on the 2nd, and on the 3rd.
Someone's really celebrating their birthday.
Someone's celebrating their birthday. Three Kings Day was celebrated at Disneyland. Now, Disneyland has a significant Latino population that goes to the park, and so they do tend to find celebrations to play to that audience. They make up a very good, large percentage of the Southern California population. So, Three Kings Day, or Dia de los Reyes, as we've known it from Puerto Rico, is the day where on the night of January 5th, children, at least in Puerto Rico, take shoe boxes of grass. They fill that shoebox full of grass, put it under their bed. The next morning on January 6th, Epiphany, they wake up to find a present there instead of the box of grass. The three kings left it there as a thank you for feeding their camels as they continued their journey.
That's cool.
So I personally like it. Now, the Three Kings celebration at Disneyland only lasted about 3 days. So, it's appropriate that they would do it on the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. So,
I was I think when they really started the tradition was 2013.
Yeah.
I think this is why it was significant, is because now they kind of do it throughout because it's the festivals.
Yeah. And then finally on this day, I can't believe it's already been 2 years, but the Edison has been open at Disney Springs for 2 years now. It opened on this day, January 4th, 2018. I have never been to the Edison. Of course, that's because I have not been to Walt Disney World since 2012.
Yeah, we have Food and Wine Festival in October of 2012. So we've been going through a huge dry spell. Hopefully that will change very soon. So we don't know anything about Disney Springs. Don't know anything about that.
So Juan says, Dia de los Reyes. Oh no, I got to go to the junk store for gifts, Doug. Let's go.
I can give you a list of junk for me to buy from me. I do need junk. There is a list of junk stuff.
Carlos just says, Doug, I'll inbox you a photo and recipe for the Mozambique sauce on Twitter.
Ooh.
Oh, Carlos, that sounds amazing.
So much.
Thank you. The Edison in Florida is the same as the Edison here in downtown Los Angeles. I believe it is.
I think so.
Yeah.
I
But
forgot
Mike
that.
Wheeler, hello.
Oh, hello, Mike.
I had not seen you join the stream earlier, but thank you for being here. That is about that we have in history
Just
today.
Trying to get this done. We're getting you last bits of Christmas here.
Okay,
And
Cynthia says she needs to be banned from Hallmark because she keeps going. I think that they would not ban you. I think that they would thank you for your patronage.
yeah. I mean, it's 70% off at the Hallmark store in our hood. So at the Mickey Mall.
Yeah, 70% is awesome.
You might pick up a few scraps. So
Yeah. So, that's about it. Let's see. Later on tonight, what is happening in the Disney YouTube
have
network?
no idea. We're
Usually,
gonna be-
Shep goes live for Story Time with Shep on Saturday night. So, and then also Two Real Geeks will be on usually at midnight on the East Coast. I don't know if they have resumed their schedule yet. I need to talk to Danny to find that out. But if indeed they are resuming it, you can check out Two Real Geeks at midnight tonight for their late night stream on Saturday night. And I'll segue into that. Our support channels, I'd like to thank everyone. Two Real Geeks, D&G Explorers, Rob Fuzz, and the Orlando Guy. It's great to have people that are supporting us. The Orlando Guy, you're going to hear his voice eventually on our channel. Ben and I are going to be working on some scripts so that he can do some voiceovers for us. It'll be like advertising kinds of things, but we still want to have Richard lend his spectacular broadcasting voice to our channel. I think it's wonderful. Everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Remember, this is the nostalgia tree behind us. If I can get my hands on a little time, I'll be editing a video and putting the nostalgia tree up. And I also want to get the Disney tree up as well.
Yeah.
So,
but it's slowly coming down. We're not taking.
Oh, look at that. Amy, thank you for saying something. She's going to be doing a trivia contest on her channel. Everyone, I just recently won one of Amy's trivia contests. I won a magnet, so I'm looking forward to getting that in the mail. Believe me, that will be proudly displayed here at PTV. Amy, thank you so much. So anyone, if you're going to be going to Amy, if once this is over, go on over, check out Amy's channel, AJC Magic TV. She is just a delight. She's so nice and does wonderful things with trivia. So everyone, I guess that'll be it. Neville, bye. Thanks for being here.
Yes.
Everyone, thank you so much for joining us for this afternoon, or early evening, for this edition of the Daily Dose of Disney. We'll be back tomorrow with another one as well. Arnie and Doug, no too much for me to play against. Can I have Ben for a partner? Yes, you know what, Cynthia? You would definitely want Ben Tanica as your partner. He is very good at it. In fact, he'd probably be faster than me on a lot of the trivia.
You would.
So, again, thank you for joining us for this edition of the Daily Dose of Disney. We'll be back tomorrow with another edition of PTV3D. In the meantime, everyone, have a magical evening and have a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
Good night,
Now,
everybody.
I've got to go turn off the camera. Bye, everyone.
Yes. You can turn it off. Thank you, everybody.